I will be talking about Hozier in this video, which is very rare for me, so get excited. If you don't like him, please definitely block me on all social media platforms. I never want to hear from you again. This is not a condemnation of religion, but I do want to speak to and validate the experiences of people who have been harmed by religious institutions. There is a trend in movies where religious trauma is healed from and wrapped up completely, neatly, and succinctly. In Yes, God, Yes, a young Catholic girl starts off the movie by being taught that masturbation goes against God's plan, is a sin punishable by eternal damnation, and that God is always watching. By the end of the film, she's using a Bed Bath & Beyond shoulder massager to masturbate to the sex scene from Titanic. There is a miniseries on Netflix called Unorthodox, which is about a girl who leaves a Hasidic Jewish community in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and goes to Berlin. By the end of the miniseries, she is wearing skinny jeans and makeup and going to the hottest clubs in Berlin, and she has a completely new set of friends. She has a new boyfriend that has healed her of her sexual dysfunction and vaginismus. She has a stable home life, she has a scholarship, she has a new passion, she has, you know, loving parentage. She now has this full life that she was searching for in 4 episodes of a miniseries. Nothing is really wrong with these movies. These pieces are not claiming to represent all religious trauma, nor are they claiming to be a guidebook of how to heal. They are both based on true stories, so I don't want to be like, I don't like how quickly you healed, because it's not fair to me, because I haven't healed that quickly. But at the same time, in the people that I've spoken to who are deconstructing toxic theology, and in the books that I've read, those explorations and documentations of religious trauma show that people are left with lifelong consequences. Lifelong sexual dysfunction, lifelong CPTSD. Even if you get to a point where you have a healthy relationship with sex or the afterlife, that is hard won by years of therapy and affirming relationships and boundary setting. I found myself going into both pieces very excited to see that struggle reflected, even in a hopeful way. It was just very quickly kind of glazed over. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, which Hozier songs do I recommend? Off of his first album, Work Song, Foreigner's God, and of course, Take Me to Church. I think Arsonist's Lullaby, and off of his second album, Moment, Silence, Common Tongue, No Plan, and B. But the 2 films that I feel like do it right are The Other Lamb and Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. The Other Lamb, what I think it does really well is devotion, doubt, and disillusionment. Part of what hurts so much about leaving these communities is your devotion to it. That there is a part of you, or there was a time that wanted nothing more than to fulfill the expectations that the community had on you. And that's one of the most painful parts, is that you tried. But this film also does a really good job of like showing the seeds of doubt being planted in the main character's mind, and then the rage and the fury that comes with realizing what you've been told is a lie, or at least not true for you. And Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, I would say, covers after you leave, and it's about a young woman who leaves a cult, and the story starts with her calling her sister from Connecticut. Thank you. Today's video is sponsored by Connecticut, to come pick her up and take her to her house. And I feel like this does a really good job of the paranoia that comes with being given a toxic way of looking at the world and trying to re-navigate seeing the world outside of how you've been taught to look at it. While she's trying to like swim, she sees cult members watching her from across the pond and kind of feeling like you're being watched, whether by members of your organization or by angels or by God. This film kind of reflects the pain and trauma and fear of trying to heal once you've actually removed yourself from the organization.